So I'll just tell you how I was able to switch couple of times. Okay, I'm not sure whether this strategy is going to work for everyone, but it worked for me, so I'm sharing it as it is. Okay, so what I did, the two things that I did is I always applied on LinkedIn and Naukri all the time, almost all the time. Okay, I had my profiles on Indeed and other platforms as well, but I never got any call from them. So it was always LinkedIn and Naukri, where I used to update my profile on a daily basis. On daily basis, I used to update my profile, apply to at least 50 jobs, including the easy apply option and even on the company portals. Okay, so of course, in day-to-day world when you're working, you don't get that much time because when you're applying on a company portal, you have to fill out all the information. Okay, right from your education time that you've completed, school time, then your college, all the work experiences. Okay, and I've been working. When I've been uh, I worked for six different companies, so it is always a painful thing to keep writing from scratch, for all the companies. But I used to do it. So okay, so in total, I'll tell you, I applied for more than 700 jobs. Okay, in 2 months, and I just got a call for like I think 4 or 5 calls only I got. Out of that, I was able to secure one position. Okay, I'm talking about this last company that I switched in. So I know the market is not easy. Okay, they get a lot of resumes, and it is not easy to uh, be in that shortlisted list of candidates. Okay, but you have to keep applying. So that's the only tip that I can give you. You need to keep applying, keep hoping that you'll get a call and you'll be able to crack the interview. Just remember that you only need one, right? No matter how many companies are there, how many times you apply, how many times you fail, you just need one success to get a good hike. So that's what I've been able to do for the last 4 or 5 years. Okay, I mean I've switched my job a couple of times, and each time I've received 50% hike. Okay, so I'll tell you the sample CV that I am using right now. Okay, so I've updated it from what it was the last time when I switched. But so there are two sample CVs that I want to share. So this is one. So if you see here, the format also it matters. Okay, so this is the format that I've taken from someone who has been able to get a really good package. Okay, so I'm just using the same format and I've changed the content to suit my experience and profile here. So if you see here, I'm mentioning a few things which are really critical these days. Fun thing is I'm just writing reliability and DevOps strategies. I'm not writing senior DevOps engineer, senior reliability engineer. You can do that, but these things also matter. Okay, the way you present yourself, that you can actually build a strategy for the company in terms of reliability and DevOps. So that's what I want to highlight here. Then I have also mentioned my GitHub, where you can see all the projects that I've done. Okay, if you check my GitHub right now, there are 60 repositories. Okay, so you have to learn in public, which means that whatever you are learning, just showcase it to the world, so that people know that what you're doing, what you're not. Okay, so it's always a good thing. Yeah, so I was talking about how you want to present yourself. Okay, so I want to use this as compared to senior site reliability engineer or senior DevOps engineer. Okay, if you want to target high end jobs basically. Okay, and then in terms of the outputs or the things that you've done for the company, it is always about the numbers at the end of the day. Okay, how much you were able to save in terms of time, in terms of efficiency, in terms of cost. So you have to highlight that in your resume also, and you should be able to explain the interview. So if you see right now, what I what I'm saying, okay, this was my position that's given on my offer letter, and the tenure, name of the company, and here you see leading reliability initiative for SaaS platforms and critical alerting applications serving lakhs of users with 99.9% uptime. In the second line, I'm saying automated infrastructure with Terraform and Helm cutting deployment time by 60%. And if you see here, all these things I'm trying to quantify the things that I've done. Okay, so company is looking for the numbers mostly. Okay, so it is always good way if you can present yourself that you've been able to help the company grow, like in numbers. It can be in terms of time or it can be in terms of money also. Okay, as you can see, optimize AWS cost by 25% and partnered with product managers to balance reliability with innovation, boosting customer retention by 15%. But yes, whatever you're writing, you should be able to explain to the interviewer. Okay, so I'm also going to come to that also. Okay, then here I've just mentioned about the fully automated CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so here I've just mentioned that I was able to create and maintain a fully automated CI/CD pipeline for code deployment with GitLab CI and Argo CD to cut down deployment time by 80%. Of course, if you're doing all those things step by step, each time manually, it's going to take a lot of time. If you have a pipeline with these stages automated, then you just have to push the change to the source code management repo, and it's going to trigger your entire pipeline with all the steps, step by step, right? So it's going to save a lot of time, of course. So I was able to save 80% of the time. Then I just wanted to highlight my Kubernetes skill as well. So I was able to orchestrate all the containers with Kubernetes to build self-healing applications to maintain 99.9% uptime. Again, because with Kubernetes, you can develop self-healing applications. Okay, so once again, you should be able to explain this thing to the interviewer. Then implemented infrastructure vulnerability management, reducing average remediation time from 30 days and to under 1 days to under 10 days. So in my last organization, this is for my last organization. So I used to work there, and I used to work on security vulnerability management as well. Okay. So the security team used to report a lot of vulnerabilities to us, and then we had to look at it and see how we can remediate those vulnerabilities. Okay. Then, so if you see here, all those things, all I'm saying is the numbers are important. Okay, if you're applying for high end jobs, basically. Okay, so you have to, I mean, talk in numbers almost all the time. So here I have two CVs. Here I've just mentioned the numbers, and then at the end I mentioned my real skills. Okay, because some recruiter are using some automation tools where they're trying to filter out. So you need to use all these terms also, like CI/CD, container building, cloud cost, observability, monitoring, then all the tools name. Okay, so these are just the tools. Okay, don't think these are the skills. Okay, people think these are the skills. The tools will keep on changing from time to time. The skills are these things. These are the real skills. These are the real things that you've done in real world. Okay, so these are just the tools. So I mean, they should not take the priority in your resume, is what I'm saying. Okay, so it should always be what.
One time they ask if you're doing an AWS, they are did you have exposure to Azure? So what should
So
that be?
see, it depends on what kind of role you're applying for. I always apply to AWS roles only. Okay, as I mentioned, you have to be selective. I mean, you will not be a fit to all the DevOps and SRE roles in the world. Okay, so you have to filter out. So I always target AWS based roles only, and I'm seeing most of the jobs are still AWS or on AWS. You have Azure GCP also, but the number of share, I mean, the market share is huge for AWS as compared to Azure and GCP is what I've seen. So I just target those jobs only. If they say so, I just say no. I don't know Azure, or actually I have worked in Azure also, but not that much as compared to AWS. So in that case, you can just mention that I know AWS really well, and I have some exposure to Azure, and I'm ready to learn it. In this way, you can put it like you are a keen learner also. You can put it in that way. Now it depends on the company whether they are looking for someone experienced or someone who can learn it on job. It depends on that. But always I try to filter out my jobs. I try to target the jobs which are into AWS mostly. Any other doubts about this thing especially?
No.